You still don't have radio FM and DAB working on your XPeng? I may know why. Hi guys, welcome to the channel. My name is Ugu and this is the XPeng G6 Diaries. Today we are going to talk about another feature that was released on the 5.8 version update, that in some countries there are still some problems, and we are going to identify why, and I will explain what XPeng did here. So if you see here, radio info, this is part of the release notes of the 5.8 version. It says that it's available to Europe only and it was fixed. No more missing FM or digital audio broadcasting radio covers or titles. The first time users open the radio app after OTA, they need to enable the enhanced radio experience feature. And this is the toggle that you have to enable in order to start getting covers and titles on the FM and digital audio broadcast features. The problem is that on my car, after the OTA and after enabling this toggle here for the enhanced radio experience, my radios still look like this. Here it is how I see still the radio stations here in my car. As you can see, there are no information on the radio stations here. So every radio station is like this. And if I go to settings, you see that I have the enhanced radio experience turned on. So what is happening? Why don't I have the information that XPeng said that we will be getting? And probably even if you on your country already have some information in some radios and some other radios you don't have the information, the reason is exactly the same. So what is these enhanced features that you need to activate to access the titles and covers of the radio and DHB systems? It's basically a new partnership that XPeng has with this radio player. So as you can see here, XPeng selected Radioplayer to power the next generation radio experience in its European EV lineup. So this was the way that XPeng tried to solve the issue that we don't have that information, so coming from the RDS. And as you can see here, so Radioplayer announced this partnership and they explain here a little bit. So starting this summer, XPeng models in Europe will feature Radioplayer's hybrid radio technology. And this is combining the rock-solid reliability of broadcast with the rich visuals and content discovery of the internet. Drivers and passengers will enjoy broadcast listening enhanced by strong visuals and on-demand discovery. So basically what this means is that we still have radio, so analogic information, but is then enhanced by an IP service layer that provides the covers, titles, and all these type of information on top of the cars. So XPeng decision confirms that broadcaster-driven hybrid radio is now the benchmark for in-car listening. We're delighted to welcome them to the Radioplayer family and can't wait to see our technology live in their great EVs. So they say here that with XPeng on board, Radioplayer now counts 16 automotive brands as partner, reinforcing its position as #1 radio solution in connected cars across Europe. The platform is already installed in more than 4 million vehicles, and that figure is expected to exceed 5 million is this year. So basically, I didn't knew that there was this type of service. So basically you have an analog service that is the radio, and also not an analog but the digital audio broadcasting system that is just synchronizing the car in the frequency to get the radio stations. And but if you don't get on the hardware specs of the car, if you don't get the information like covers and titles and information that it's normally coming from these systems, you can enhance them using an IP service, an IP partner that is in this case Radioplayer, to do that for you. I see this as a workaround. So I don't know if this is in fact, it seems that there are many automotive brands doing this. So maybe if I was not looking, I would say that XPeng solved the problem of their current systems. But it seems that this is already something that it's made, and it's relying on IP-based systems. This means that, for instance, if you don't have internet and the car is not connected, um, probably it will store this information, at least the logos and stuff like that, in the car. But for some other information that rely on live information, you probably will not get it. So the system continues exactly as it is. It was only included a new layer, IP service layer, on top of the radio and DAB platforms. And so why don't we in Portugal, for instance, have the problem solved? Well, it's very simple, because Radioplayer is still not available in Portugal. So I found here more information about the Radioplayer. As you can see, it can be used in the cars, and as you can see here, hybrid radios. So this is integrated with several major car brands like Audi, BMW, NIO, Volkswagen, and now XPeng. This means that your radio is automatically switching between broadcast, FM, DAB, and IP streaming for uninterrupted listening. There is also the Android Automotive app that it's now available on the App Store, and Radioplayer for Renault also, that it's then over there. On the mobile, you can download it on Google Play Store, Apple, Amazon, Huawei, and Samsung Galaxy Store. So you can in fact use their app to listening to radio. So basically it's a TuneIn competitor, let's call it like that, it seems. On your TV, you can also install Radioplayer app on the TVs. So there are a lot of alternatives to use this Radioplayer app and systems to provide then these services to you, not only on the XPeng cars but also on your mobile. And that's what I did to find out that Portugal is still not supported. Let's go and check that. So I have installed the Radioplayer app that should be giving now information for the Radio FM and DAB for our XPengs. And I just installed the app that they have for Android. And as you can see, the first thing that they ask is for the country. And as you can see, we can go through these: Austria, Belgium, Canada, Croatia, Denmark, Estonia, Finland, France, Germany, Greece, Ireland, Italy, Luxembourg, Netherlands, Norway, Serbia, Slovenia, Spain, Switzerland, and United Kingdom. So there is no Portugal in the list. That's why probably I am not getting the updated icons, names of the stations, etc. in my car. But I will send this information to XPeng, but probably it's because of this. So as you could see, there is no Portugal even on the list. And if you register yourself in another country and then try to find radio stations in Portugal, you will not find any. And that is why that when you are in Portugal and you have the Radio FM on Portuguese stations, this system will not be able to download that information because it's not even on database of Radioplayer. So I do expect that Radioplayer will be extending the services to other radio stations and probably will reach to some countries and some radios that you probably have in your country that doesn't have that information. So now you know why. So if you are in a situation where you have some radios already with information and some others don't, you can just download their app, register with your country and search for that radio, specific radio station, to see if it is on their database as a possible radio to listen. If it is not, then obviously you will not get that information also in the car. If it is, then it's a different story. But if you are in Portugal, for instance, I didn't try other countries, but if you are in Portugal, you will not have this service still at this moment. I do expect that Radioplayer will extend their services to other countries, to other radios, so that we could benefit also from that. I will send an email to them asking for plans, and I will then let you guys know when I get an answer. So guys, this was it. A very quick video on another feature that was released on the 5.8, an explanation why you probably don't have all radios or any radio if you are at least based in Portugal. This is why. So XPeng didn't change the hardware, XPeng didn't change the software itself, so it is exactly the same. They just included a new layer, IP service, a partner that it's Radioplayer, on top of the existing software and hardware existing in the cars to provide better service, in this case IP services on top of that. But for that we need that Radioplayer has those radios. So guys, thank you very much again. Let me know in the comments if you found that the radio improved the quality, or if you are getting this information already in your cars, and let me know the country where you are, or if you found out also this, that there are some radios that don't have information. Let me know in the comments, and of course leave your like, subscribe and share the video with your family and friends, and if you like my content, please consider supporting the channel. Thank you very much again, and see you in the next one. Bye bye guys.